All right, what's up, everybody? Uncle Matt is here. Kind of an impromptu vlog, not something I originally planned to do because originally my whole day was going to be very different today. But today we've got the Tennessee Titans taking on the Seattle Seahawks, hoping to bounce back after the terrible matchup last week with the Arizona Cardinals. I was supposed to be gone all day today. I was supposed to be reffing youth soccer games all day. It's very rare that if the Titans aren't playing at home that I don't book up soccer games all day Sunday and just watch the game on delay whenever I get home. But if you live in Nashville, you know what's up. We're getting Seattle weather right now. It has been pouring rain basically for the last 2 days. All my games got canceled today. Got the chance to stay home. Well, I had to go do one game this morning before they finally pulled off the rest of them, but home in time for the Titans game. Just got done watching Manchester United pull out a thrilling victory over West Ham. Come on, United. So we're going to be home today for the game. We've got some stuff going on to celebrate that and to enjoy the match and hopefully have a better result than what we got last week. But before we get to the Titans game, I have some new Titans gear and I wanted to do an unboxing here on the channel. Also, Buddy Kyle's coming over to watch the game. That should be fun. We're going to do a live stream. Never done one of those before during a game, but since we're home, might as well do it. It'll have already happened by the time you've seen this, so if you're watching this, this is the edited vlog. You missed the live stream. More reasons to always make sure you're subscribed to the channel and have the bell turned on for notifications so that you get notified if we do live stuff or new videos come out, all that same stuff you always hear. Let's get to the unboxing. Let's see what we got. All right, so spoiler alert, I'll go ahead and tell you what we got. We have, what I think we should have, new Titans hat. And I finally ripped the Band-Aid off and bought myself one of the new style Titans jerseys. Been thinking about it for a while. When they first came out, I wasn't too crazy about them. They didn't quite hit right for me right out of the gates, but then when I saw them more on the players, they just kind of looked more natural. Looked a lot better, and they've grown on me. I definitely like the dark blue helmets better than the old white helmets for sure. But what made me finally pull the trigger on buying a jersey was Caesars Sportsbook did a promotion where if you bet over $100 on NFL games, and that's not like one $100 bet, that's just like a total of $100 by September 30th, you got they called it a promotion for a free jersey, but basically what you got was a $150 gift card to the NFLshop.com. So you could really use it for anything you want. The jersey was what they built it as. So I took that and decided to finally pull the trigger and finally buy one of the new style jerseys. But because it's $150, you actually have a little money left over unless you get like a super hype, super expensive hat. So I got a new Titans hat, been wanting one for a while. Saw this one, pretty simple, basic my style hat, black hat. Simple Titans logo on it, nothing too fancy. New hat, trying to get some new mojo for the team because we need something, whatever I can do to help the team get new gear, I will do it. Now here's the catch on the jersey. One of the things that made me hesitate on buying the jersey, even when I kind of turned and decided I started liking the way they looked, was that I'm at that age where the players are all younger than me for the most part. It feels weird to wear somebody's name and number when they're younger than me and things like that. But with this promotion, getting a free jersey, I felt like I just had to do it. Would have maybe gotten a customized jersey with my name instead of a player's name, but the jersey I really wanted is the inverted color jersey the Titans have, the red instead of the dark blue, light blue, or white, which I would really love to see them wear at this game, but I think it's more of a promotional thing they do to sell like something else. So they didn't have that available as a customizable jersey, so I went with, they only had Tannehill or Derrick Henry available as your player choices for the red jersey. And I went with the king, Derrick Henry. I have a long history of jinxing players when I buy their jersey, so apologies in advance to King Henry if this is how his career falls apart, but I felt pretty good about it because he had such a bad game last week that if he turns out to be bad, it preempted me buying his jersey, so it's not my fault buying the jersey. It was already going to happen no matter what I did. So, but to celebrate his legacy, to celebrate what he's already done, 2K last season, I went with the D. Henry red jersey. So without further ado, let's see how it all looks live in action. It's time for Titans, time to ditch the United gear. Let's switch over to the Titan stuff now. Voila. change gear has happened. We are now tightened up, ready to go. New hats looking good, new jerseys looking good, new vibes, fresh vibes, putting whatever last week was behind us, moving forward. Titans, Seahawks, hoping to ride a little bit of that high I've got going off of United winning this morning over West Ham into the Titans game. So far, NFL Sunday week 2, it seems like a lot of the things that happened last week were maybe just like, it's week 1, things are going to happen crazy week 1. A lot of teams that were good last week are struggling so far today, so maybe we get a turnaround. Maybe everything was just a little bit of an overreaction. Week 1's kind of crazy. You never know what's going to happen. It's week 2. Fresh slate. We're now into the actual season. Last week was preseason. We said that in me and Kyle's live stream season preview. If you didn't watch that, why not? We said 16 games. We're now into the actual regular season. Last week was the bonus game. It was a preseason game. It doesn't count. Regular season now, 16 games to go. Titans turning it around. Tighten up. But before game time, we still got a little ways to go to kickoff. We got a lot of stuff going on at the house. Let's check out what else we got going on today to celebrate game day. Ole's getting involved. He's all up in my business right now. Let's go see what else we're doing for the game day today. All right, here's the full body look at the new kit. Not too shabby. I can live with this. Ooh, not bad. Look at those calves. I should probably delete this. All right, like I said, we basically have Seattle weather here in Nashville on a day where the Titans are making their way to Seattle, so it all feels very appropriate. It is this rain that blessed me with the opportunity to stay home and watch the game as opposed to having to watch it on DVR much later, where I mostly likely would have had the results spoiled for me and wouldn't have even had to bother watching the game. But one thing you can always do, rain or shine, smoke. Why are there so many flies over here? That's troubling. Smoke some meats. We got some bad-ish wings in the smoker right now. They got about, roughly an hour left to go in there. And then here's the new trick that I've been doing with our smoked wings to make them a little crispy because they tend to be a little rubbery when you smoke them. I'm gonna throw them in the air fryer once they're done smoking. Mwah. You can't see that. I did a little kiss thing. Mwah. All right, it is go time. I do not know why these stinking flies are all over this thing. Game kicked off a little bit, traded punts back and forth so far, but it is time for the main event. The showstopper, the Heartbreak Kid, smoked stinking wings. Yeah, buddy. We're gonna go throw these in the air fryer to crisp them up, and they are gonna be the bomb.com. Oh, look at those bad boys. First batch is in the air fryer cooking up right now. These are going to be joining them shortly. Okay, so the last 5 minutes of the first half completely went off the rails in so many different ways. Refs hosed us. Our own defensive coordinator just decided to let Seattle have a touchdown for no reason at the end of the half. But at least we have some piping hot wings fresh out of the air fryer. Oh, these are going to be so good. Can't wait. All right, so it was a pretty solid first quarter and 2/3 of the game for the Titans. And then, I don't know what happened. The last 5 minutes of the second half, everything just went off the rails. Refs decided to turn against us. Not Todd Downing. I'm just going to stop blaming me. Todd Downing. Shane Bowen decided to turn against us. But at least we have what looks to be some delicious smoked wings. Here we go with some Alabama white that I made today. Bone apple teas. Wings are good. Game sucks. I would fire Shane Bowen halftime. I've said it 100 times. I'd fire Shane Bowen halftime in this game. He botched that last drive so bad. Idiot. About 4th and 2.
Left hash.
Left hash. Here comes Fat Randy. Shut up, Ole. Damn it, Ole. Fat Randy. Dick. You're messing up Fat Ole. Randy, Ole.
Ole, mind your mother.
Down to Fat Randy, folks. This is about a 40. So they got a 36-yard attempt. Left hash.
Come on.
Are the Seahawks going to try to stall it? They don't. Here comes the kick. It's up! It's up!
Okay, if you watched the live stream, you've already seen most of our immediate reactions to the game, but if you didn't, welcome in to today's vlog. We are gonna...
Are you vlogging right now? I wasn't prepared. I don't have notes.
That's how we do it. This is how we do it. We just
I'm
jump
not going
in.
in raw. I'm not raw dogging.
We'll raw dog it as best we can. Jesta, we'll start with you. Give us your game summary.
I really wasn't watching the game.
How do you feel about Fat Randy? Are you pro or against Fat Randy right now?
I felt very bad for Fat Randy because you guys were being very hateful. And then he
And
saved
truthfully,
the day.
he only missed one kid.
But that's his thing. It's like,
It
would you
just
feel bad?
sounds so mean.
Would you feel bad if I didn't call Kyle dumb Kyle?
Different game this week. I mean, they won through their defense.
Fair enough. Your assessment is fair. We respect it. You're a woman. We are feminists here on the channel.
Are we? I didn't sign up for that.
I feel like everything went exactly how we said it was going to go on the... I thought we'd lose the game, but
I did think we'd
everything
lose
I
it.
said in our season preview, go back and watch that if you haven't already, I feel it came true. The defense was good. I mean, not good. Good might be a stretch. But it was passable. It got us through this game. It gave up... We had the one huge blown coverage for the one touchdown, but they kept us in the game. We weren't always great on...
Huge bloom.
The one where he was
Tyler
like-
Lockett feasted twice, twice, and then Swaim once on blown coverage. Three of their touchdowns came on blown coverages.
The Swain one was bad. The Lockett one was
Swaim
semi-bad.
was the worst. Lockett killed us twice.
And then Bowen just forgot to play defense on the last drive of the first half. But overall, pretty good. Offense, it seemed like they were slowly
That was
finding their
they
way.
had 27, and we hit the 27 and then hit 30, right?
What?
And so they got 4 touchdowns, missed an extra point.
Yes.
And they got
that's
to 27.
correct.
So Tyler Lockett hit twice, Swaim hit once, and then they had that march down the field.
But yeah.
But Tyler Lockett, well, I won't say he didn't score, but he got like 60 or 70. He got like a 60-yard and put him in perfect position.
Yeah, there was one that was pretty bad for him. But I mean, still, nothing compared to last year's defense, where it's just like open. That Seattle team last year would have picked our defense apart last year. So the defense is better. That's all we wanted. We don't expect to be the 85 Bears.
You know what worries me though? One thing that I noticed in
Did you have diarrhea?
last year's Baltimore game and the last couple of games of the season is A.J. Brown is dropping a lot of balls. He dropped a lot against Baltimore in the last game of the season, and then the few games before that, he dropped quite a few too.
Cut him.
It is not looking good.
Cut him. Julio, 100 yards receiving in the first half.
At one point,
Get
John,
A.J. Brown
I
out of
remember
here.
they're saying he was 3 of 9. That's not good. That's
fine.
not good.
We got Julio. Get A.J.
Julio
Brown.
wasn't that much better there for a while. You know who had to win the game?
Julio had 100 yards
How
receiving
much
in
are
the
we
first half.
paying wide receivers when Derrick Henry is running for 200 yards, 150 and 3 touchdowns
Curse is
in the
broken.
second half?
Curse is broken. Jersey on.
I
King
say
Henry
you
went
cut
off.
them both, take that money,
I agree.
get us some pass rushers,
I agree.
and we'll just run with
Cut 'em both.
with Mason Kinsey, Chester Rogers, and who else? Who'd be our third?
Racy McNabb.
Yeah, Big Mac. That's
McGrath.
all we need.
Desmond Patrick can come off the practice squad. Cut him. Clearly, the method to go is cut him, sign Vita Vea. That's a thing you can do.
Sign me today.
Based on my understanding of how NFL transactions work. And we'll be fine.
You sign Aaron Donald, Vita Vea, and just run defensive tackles all the way across. No actual defensive ends. Just just big ass defensive tackles. And no wide receivers.
Correct. In summary, I thought the defense was as good as we could have hoped they could be. If we don't blow those 2 coverages, the game's completely different. But that's just those are going to happen sometimes in the NFL. Offensively, especially second half, it seemed like we finally figured out. We looked like a team that knew what we were doing, that knew how to play together. We weren't out of sync. Things got going. That's encouraging moving forward. Now, the biggest plus out of this game for me is
Cardinals was the game I wanted us to win because I thought we needed it. Seahawks was the game I was expecting us to lose. Flip them. We're right where I wanted us to be at this point in the season.
We made some bad plays. We had some bad calls against us.
Oh my God. The touchdown to Julio is a touchdown. The safety to Russell Wilson. We won the game, so it didn't matter on that one. But I have no idea how that was not a safety. There's no fathomable explanation for that.
Bad plays, some bad coverages, and how easy would it have been for this team to just fold, to just give up?
Great point.
They did not give up. They fought. Derrick Henry said, "Fuck you, Seattle. We're winning this football game. I don't care what you do." Tannehill, great game. Maintained his composure. Played well. I'm really happy with the way that they...
The one thing we haven't even mentioned is it was on the road in the magical 12th man Seattle Stadium that's supposedly the loudest stadium in all of football. And they had more false starts than us. They had more trouble with the snap count than us.
They had a lot of false starts. They had a couple of false starts on offense and a couple on defense too, man.
Yeah.
No, I love the way this team fought back. They fought hard. They never gave up. You know, it would have been real easy to give up. What were we down, like 27-9?
Oh yeah, it felt very bad at halftime. We're heading into a huge match Sunday. Colts coming into Nashville. Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz
shock
is
of all
back,
shocks,
apparently.
No, he got hurt today. He didn't finish the game.
Yeah, that's right.
Shock of all shocks. Carson Wentz is hurt. Who saw that
But he
coming?
is back. Didn't the Colts fan tell you he was back? And
No,
he was
the Colts fan told me that he had a good game, even though it was like. But he's out. He didn't finish the game today. Will he be able? I'm not gonna lie. I hope he plays against us Sunday because I don't know what Jacob Eason has, but I know Carson Wentz sucks. So I'd much rather play the quarterback that I know sucks than a young quarterback who might be really good.
Did we end up with 2.5 sacks? Will they give us a sack for the taking Russell Wilson down in overtime? Was that 3 sacks for us?
It is a sack. It's credited as a sack. It should have been a sack in the end zone.
So that's 3 sacks there, and 2 sacks in the first game. So we're already like halfway to our sack total last year.
Yep.
And you've got Carson Wentz, who's not mobile, right? Like he's not. He won't be as elusive as Russell Wilson.
If he plays, I kind of hope, like I said, I hope he plays because he sucks. I don't know if Jacob Eason's good or not. I don't want Jacob Eason to play because Jacob Eason might be good.
This is basically
But Jacob Eason's also a Georgia quarterback, so I can only assume he must also suck because all Georgia quarterbacks.
He didn't play. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he's Georgia. He also sucks. So.
He's the one that is he the one? No, it was Jacob Eason the one that kept them. No, it was Fromm that kept them from having Fields. Because they started Fromm and Fields got mad and left and went to Ohio State.
Well, I'm confused. Maybe Jacob Eason didn't go to Georgia.
You're thinking of Fromm. No, Eason went to like Washington or something like that.
Well, whoever he is, he must suck. So, if I don't know who he is, he has to suck. Colts going down. Titans on top.
Hello.
Best team in the league. Kyle's got a phone call.
Yeah, just finished.
See you in the future.
It's over. I'm fixing to leave now.
It's his wife.
I'm
Tighten up.
good.
Have you seen Larry?